South Florida. Gervonta Davis is accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in Doral.
And this is not the first run-in with the law. Local 10's Roy Ramos is live outside of the jail in West Miami-Dade.
And I know you have some details on this latest arrest for the boxer, Roy.
Christy and Alex says the charge he is facing is battery with domestic violence. And you mentioned this was an ex-girl.
Over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd. Take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd. Constantly be disrespectful, when all I ever been was respectful to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all I ever did.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Floyd Mayweather has broken his silence regarding the arrest of Gervonta Davis, and it's very far from the best comment boxing fans want to hear. In a virtual interview, Floyd Mayweather revealed he wasn't surprised by what happened after being aware of his offense beforehand and was only expecting the authorities to intervene at the right time.
For battery, domestic violence.
Put your hands behind your back.
You got handcuffs?
Hey, the little one inside.
You don't gotta ask.
I knew about it some weeks ago. I was told by my homies in Miami, and I knew the authorities were going to get into it. What I can say about Tank is that Tank has refused to grow from all of these, but I'm not going to talk him down when he's down because I've been in this situation before. Of course, Floyd was referring to his domestic violence case that led him to prison many years ago, but he ended up making himself look less of the criminal he was, as he never admitted guilt.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean?
My case was way different from this, but I had to get in there. And when I came out a better person. I learned some things about life. That's what Tank is missing. Tank has missed that step. That's why he's here. I feel sorry for him. I hold no beef against him, but it is what it is. He was then asked about his beef with Roy Jones. Without hesitation, he said, "I'm ready if he's ready." Boxing fans didn't find Floyd Mayweather's claims pleasant, and they were quick to use his past against him, as he's been in similar situations in the past and even gone to jail as a result. Ex-convict calling another convict a criminal. Floyd is so dumb and full of himself, a fan said.
Definitely. Now, today, Gervonta Davis was arrested for domestic violence. He's the champion in your division. What do you think about? What's your reaction to that?
I don't know about that. You know, I don't know Tank personally, and I really got.
A second wrote, "Floyd has got nothing to say here. He's not in the best position to say anything. He's a worse person than Gervonta." Another added, "Floyd is easily one of the worst boxing personalities out there. Roy Jones needs to kick his head badly."
I was in a lose-lose situation. Now, what came out still on top.
With Floyd? What was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Just a situation that he put me in make me lose. But he thought I was gonna lose. But
You talking about like a boxing match or?
yeah, boxing match.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Joseph Pedraza, my first.
One more fan who was clearly a Gervonta Davis fan quipped, "Gervonta Davis knew what he meant when he wanted to stay off boxing. He's imperfect, but he's better than Floyd by all standards." World Boxing Association lightweight champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis, 30, was arrested on Friday morning in Miami Beach, Florida, on a misdemeanor battery charge stemming from an alleged domestic dispute with his ex-girlfriend of 4 years. The arrest comes nearly a month after he allegedly assaulted the mother of 2 of his 3 children on Father's Day outside of her home in Doral, according to an incident report by the Doral Police Department.
Nigga, where Derek at? I don't know. You don't like
Frank?
what they mean? Love limit. I don't like Floyd, motherfucker. No, you don't.
EJ do the trash talk, make you miss box.
According to the report, Davis's ex-girlfriend told police she was involved in a verbal dispute with the boxer over personal matters and Gervonta having insecurities about the sexuality of their son. Davis had arrived at her residence at 5 p.m. ET on June 15th to pick up his children when the situation escalated. After putting both children in Davis's car, she alleged Davis punched her on the rear of her head with a closed fist and slapped her in the face. She was able to regain custody of her children, which upset Davis further, according to the report.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way. You know what I mean? So I don't like.
She said Davis revved the engine of his vehicle in a threatening manner, but she was able to remove herself from the situation without further incident. Afterward, she went to a local hospital for medical treatment. A note on the report suggested that there had been approximately 10 inches undocumented physical altercations between Davis and his ex-girlfriend. Davis was taken into custody in Miami Beach before being transported by the Doral Police Department. According to Miami-Dade County's inmate report, Davis was being held at Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center with a $10,000 bond, but has since been released. He has a court hearing slated for July 29th. The star boxer has had numerous run-ins with the law over the years that included domestic violence and multiple traffic offenses.
Gervonta Davis, jump into it, kind of, I wouldn't say it's a big shock to a lot of us, but, there's this mindset, the fight with Lamont's not signed yet. Apparently he's going to fight Jake Paul. Like, it's put it in and out of.
His last run-in came in December 2022 when he was arrested for allegedly striking a woman with a closed-hand type slap. The charges were later dropped. Davis reportedly had been linked to a rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. in August after the two battled to a controversial majority draw in March. However, Premier Boxing Champions has yet to formally announce the fight. Fox Sports' Andy Slater was the first to report the matter, stating that the arrest was because Davis was accused of hitting his ex-girlfriend on the back of the head and slapping her. The victim reported that the defendant instructed her to remove the children from his vehicle, stating he no longer intended to take them, the report reads. While she was positioned at the rear passenger door and leaning forward to retrieve her daughter from the back seat, the defendant, positioned in the driver's seat, struck her in the back of the head.
In and out. Bernard, a lot to talk about. Let's jump into it real quick. Come on. I'm sure you saw the news about Gervonta Davis being arrested once again. Just give me your thoughts,
Unfortunately, man, I hope he come out. Everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic violence thing, man, but I hope that, he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family.
Davis then allegedly proceeded to slap the ex on the right side of her face, resulting in a minor laceration to the inner area of her lip. The distressed and crying victim sent a text to her mother, who came outside and filmed part of the incident on her cell phone. The video showed Davis throwing a small box at the victim, says the affidavit. Davis left the scene and the victim went to Baptist Health Hospital to receive medical attention, where she was first interviewed by cops. A probable cause message was entered into the FCIC and NCIC database requesting Davis's detainment should law enforcement come into contact with him.
Tank Davis was arrested early this morning on alleged domestic violence and battery charges against his baby mother, who's the mother of two of his children, Vanessa Paso, I believe her name is. Now, I want to do this in a certain order because I think since people kind of stopped watching videos midway through, I'm going to put some of the most important points I want to make at the beginning of the video.
A little after midnight on Friday, they did. The fighter was taken into custody on the 900 block of Lincoln Lane North by Miami Beach cops and transported to the Doral Police Department. When presented with a Miranda warning form, the Baltimore native refused to sign it. Police say this marks Davis's second domestic violence arrest in Florida, and it isn't the first run-in with the law for the WBA lightweight champion. On Feb 27, 2019, Davis had an arrest warrant issued for him in Virginia because of an alleged altercation with a man at an ATM. Tank allegedly shoved a police officer and was charged with 1 count of misdemeanor assault, but the case was dismissed that October. Nearly 1 year later, he was charged with simple battery and domestic violence in Coral Gables, Florida, on February 4th, 2020. The incident involved the mother of his daughter at the University of Miami, and a video showed him grabbing her by the neck and pulling her out of her seat, and they walked out of a charity basketball game. 2 days later, Davis turned himself into the Coral Gables Police Department.
Home detention by serving at a four-season hotel and a $3.4 million penthouse rather than trainer Calvin Ford house as the judge agreed. This is the reason why Tank is not being jailed. Gervonta Davis' lawyer argued that the house was too small for security staff. Additionally, the judge also...
Davis was held on a $1.5K bail and later denied the allegations on social media. The arrest affidavit alleged that Davis dragged the mother of his child into a separate room, and video surveillance showed he made a motion that was consistent with striking her in the face. On Nov 5, 2020, Tank allegedly fled the scene of a car accident in Baltimore, Maryland that involved 4 people, including J.R. Smith, who was pregnant at the time. Davis faced 14 different charges, including failure to return and remain at the scene. Davis later pled guilty to 4 traffic offenses related to the hit-and-run crash, which included leaving the scene of an accident involving bodily injury, failing to notify of property damage, driving with a revoked license, and running a red light.
Boxing champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis has been arrested and charged with battery in South Florida. Police allege the Baltimore native assaulted his ex-girlfriend during an argument on Father's Day in Doral, Florida. Davis was arrested and booked by Miami Beach police, and a judge set his bond at $10,000. This is the latest in a long line.
He was sentenced to 90 days of house arrest and given 200 hours of community service. On Deck 27, 2022, Davis allegedly struck a woman with a closed hand-type slap. The audio of the 911 call revealed the woman saying she needed help and that she was attacked and that he was going to kill her. 3 days later, the woman stated that she wasn't harmed by Davis. Davis, 30, was set to rematch Lamont Roach J on August 16th in Las Vegas. But Premier Boxing Champions has yet to make an official announcement of the fight. With just over a month to go until the proposed fight, Davis's arrest puts the clash in serious jeopardy.
He did, and that's fine. I went out of my way to troll him a little bit now. You want to fight? Come on. I mean, I ain't tripping. You ain't got to troll me. Come see me. That's who I am. I don't do talk well, you know?
Have you heard anything from him or anybody in the camp?
No, I ain't heard nothing yet, but they know where I'm at, and they know how to find me.
I mean, you think there's a possibility, Roy? Like, we might get this exhibition?
Jones said that, of course, Floyd made more money than him, but he's the greater fighter of the two.
No. Floyd backed up everything. No. Floyd's a better fighter between the two. Better skills, more technique, the discipline, yeah, everything, yeah.
Okay, one for Floyd.
But Floyd Mayweather is truly in the season of firing shots at his haters after getting into a heated back and forth with another boxing great some days ago.
If you let him move around and do what he want to do, he's going to beat you because he's very explosive and he's very mean.
I was going to say mean too.
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as nearly as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you going to keep him off of him? Sugar is a dog. Just because his name's Sugar don't mean...
During a June 17th appearance on the All the Smoke Fight podcast with Andre Ward, boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. made a strong claim that Sugar Ray Leonard would have beaten Floyd Mayweather if both fighters faced off in their respective primes. People always say, Floyd would have beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not nearly as mean as Sugar was. Sugar is a dog. Just because his name is Sugar doesn't mean anything. Sugar is a dog. People don't give him enough credit for that, Jones Jr. said. For me, I like Floyd, and Floyd was cool, but it's like, it's gonna be hard for me to go take it and beat Sugar. They'd have to do something different, that's for sure.
You know, what kind of motivational speech or something we could give Gervonta Davis?
Man, he just had to, he's gonna have to hold his head up right now. Maybe he got some key focus. It's tough when you are dealing with, other people that you're in relationships with that you have to see because of a child. So, it's...
If Floyd did something different, he probably has a chance. Just the way he's been doing with normal people. What I saw in his prime, that's not gonna work with Sugar. Sugar got a third element heart right there. We think Floyd got heart. We don't know. We've never seen him challenged. We know Sugar's got one, he concluded. These comments clearly irked Mayweather, which was proven by Floyd posting videos of him watching Roy Jones Jr. get knocked out in fights to his Instagram story on July 6th, which has since gone viral on social media.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao. Of course. That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game. Yeah, of course. But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever. Of course. When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. What's happening, fight fans around the world? I know how y'all are. I know y'all enjoy this thing of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked. Because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always ready. Wide open, ready to go.
Jones Jr. has now broken his silence on Mayweather's troll with a July 9th Instagram post that was captioned, "Public Service Announcement." What's happening, fight fans around the world? I know how y'all are enjoying this sport of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. That's cool too. I got opinions, and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked, Jones Jr. said. If you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always ready. Wide open, ready to go. Just call me, he concluded.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You got to respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire to 80-0.
It's clear who he's speaking to with this PSA, and Mayweather is expected to accept the offer, and an exhibition fight might be somewhere around the corner. It's not often people get to see two boxing legends beef despite hanging up the gloves, but when it happens, everyone has something to say. One user laughed as he highlighted that Roy Jones Jr. should have seen it coming. Listen, Roy should have known that Floyd is going to get him back. He can't say nothing, man, the user commented. Floyd Mayweather was the king of trash talk in his prime, and it seems he hasn't lost those skills yet.
Roy Jones explains why Floyd and he were so different.
You know, we stood for two different things. He was a social media blowout. He moved away. He was a man that fit his character. And do things the way he did it. He was smarter. I wanted to play king of the hill. He didn't care to play king of the hill. He wanted to play king of the...
Another user explained why Floyd Mayweather was better than Jones Jr. Not only did Floyd never get knocked out or knocked down, he also never tested positive for any PED. Roy did, the user wrote. Notably, Jones tested positive for Andraste Edioni after his light heavyweight title fight against Richard Hall in May 2000.
He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career or whatever.
Meanwhile, one user appears to have taken note of Jones Jr.'s repeated jabs at Mayweather over the years. Roy has been talking bad about Floyd for several years, the user wrote. While it's possible that Jones Jr. doesn't harbor any personal animosity toward Mayweather, his philosophy on boxing clearly doesn't align with Mayweather's. Someone else revealed Jones's potential intentions behind dissing Mayweather. He's trying to be relevant as he is becoming broke, the user wrote.
Nice guy. Floyd Mayweather added in Roy Jones Jr.
I mean, look, once a fighter, always a fighter. Look, if you're gonna attack Floyd's character, he's gonna attack you back. That's just the bottom line. It's like with me and Berlanga. If you're gonna try to attack, like with me, I'm just
entitled to their own opinion, and I'm glad that Roy Jones feels that way about himself. Every fighter that's gave the sport of boxing their whole life and sacrificed a lot inside that square circle, they should feel that way. So if he feels that way, more power to him.
Well, an exhibition between Mayweather and Jones might not be received well, but it can make them good money. The next user seems to have sided with Jones Jr., leaving a sarcastic take on the matter. Roy should have just taken easy fights like Floyd, and he would have been TBE before Floyd, the user wrote. However, Floyd has fought the likes of Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, Marcos Maidana, Juan Manuel Marquez, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, and Oscar De La Hoya, just to name a few.
Not because he did a great job, but he did it for himself, and it worked for him. But everybody now wants the Mayweather concept, because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting till the right time to fight Pacquiao, fighting the right people to fight at the right time. He monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made.
But before he called Floyd Mayweather out for a fight, Roy Jones Jr., a boxing icon in his own right, didn't hold back during a recent interview where he dismissed the idea of Mayweather being one of the greatest of all time. In fact, he said he wouldn't even put Floyd on the GOAT list. If you think Muhammad Ali isn't the greatest of all time, you might as well spit in my face, Jones declared. If you don't respect Muhammad Ali, how can I respect you? According to Jones Jr., greatness isn't just about staying undefeated, it's about sacrifice, impact, and the kind of cultural weight Ali carried, especially considering the fact that Ali gave up the best years of his career in protest of the Vietnam War and still came back to dominate. That, to Roy, is what greatness looks like.
You want it? What's your final message to Floyd?
You already know.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm born that way.
That's it.
Ain't nothing ever change.
You can knock him out. Your prime versus his prime, you were way better, right?
You got an X?
Are you gonna?
All right, Roy calls out Floyd Mayweather, and this ain't a good look. I mean, come on, man. Roy addicted to the game like Jordan Payton. Roy need to go sit down, man. And Floyd Mayweather don't fight black fighters, even in exhibitions, dude. He ain't trying to fight nobody melanated. Go on, sit down, Roy.
Floyd Mayweather, who retired with an immaculate 50-0 record and victories over legends like Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, and Canelo Alvarez, has long called himself TBE, the best ever. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.